Hi, welcome back. Sorry I've been gone for fucking 5 months basically. I had a lot going on. So I think now we're at like a year and three a year and 3 months on hormones, I believe. After about the 6 month mark, my results basically plateaued. They stopped. And I thought that was like part of the process. I didn't know any better, so I had nothing to really judge it off of. A couple of months ago, Darcy Ooh, I guess, Darcy Ooh, sorry. She had commented on one of my videos saying, hey, you should probably get your E1 levels checked. I had no idea what E1 was. Apparently there's estrone and estrogen, E1 and E2. So I did. And in that process, I also learned that apparently my dose of two milligrams of, what is it? Hold on. 100 milligrams per 5 milliliters. So 20 milligrams per milliliter. I injected 40 milligrams, 2 milliliters. Sorry, that's all confusing, I know. But 40 milligrams every 2 weeks. Apparently that's quite high. I got my results back from the lab, and my estrogen was at over 2,400, and my estrone levels were over 400 themselves. With that being said, I don't believe that I have that like mutated gene thing. I don't believe I have that mutated gene thing that Dr. Powers was referring to. But something is up. Obviously, my regimen isn't working for me at all. So here's the thing. Where I live, my doctor doesn't really have like the greatest sample size or pool size of people. Like I know there's so much to this. Like whenever I first walked in, and we were talking about getting on hormones, you mentioned that like I heard her say this little comment under her breath. She's like, "Oh, it's been so long since I've done this," and that should have been a red flag to me. But there's like two other people in my region that actually prescribe stuff, so she's not like the best well versed. I seriously am going to freak out because of this hair. Sorry, I fixed it. There's not much else I can do. She's not an endocrinologist, which is where I should have went. I'm working on that now. She is a family doctor who also is, I guess, trained, or she learned trend stuff. So basically, in the last couple of months, I've been on the waiting list for Dr. Powers. And if you don't know who Dr. Powers is, he is also a family doctor, but he certainly specializes in trans hormone therapy. I watched the video that Darcy, you sent me, and quite frankly, I've showed it to all my friends that it's pertinent information to, and they're all like, "What? This guy's awesome! I had no idea." Me either. So I sent it to them. They all thought the same thing, and I referred two people to my current doctor. Luckily, I caught them before they went. I was like, just sign up for Dr. Powers' waiting list. It's like really long. So if you sign up now, by the time they contact you, you might be ready. You definitely want to be, how do I say this? You don't want to be ready and then be put on a waiting list for a year. You know what I mean? So I don't remember when she sent me that video, but it was in November sometime, because on November 23rd is when I submitted my email to get on his waiting list. I talked to a few people on Reddit about the waiting list, and people that signed up in early October got their email in January. So I signed up in late November. I'm thinking late February I might be able to get on the list. Now, that being said, earlier I mentioned that my dose was like apparently really high. Since then, I have a little more than halved how much my dose. But the problem is that it's still every 2 weeks, which I don't want to be on it every 2 weeks. So I'm just kind of biding my time until Dr. Powers can get in touch with me, because maybe he can save this abomination of a transition that I'm going through. The boob growth is still completely stopped. Like, maybe an A. I'd be lucky if I was. I'm still waiting on like the legal work for my name change. I live in a really small town, if I haven't mentioned that already like 40 times. Anything like that takes forever, and the CV sure didn't help. Other than my dose being really out of whack, nothing else has really happened substantially. I wax my legs, shave my armpits, wash my hair. It's the same as it usually is. I did buy this adorable necklace from Unclockable. Jeez, I don't know why that was so hard for me to remember. I bought this necklace along with their tuck kits. If you've never used one of those before, they're pretty great, actually. They work very well for me. I've only used one so far, and I got the 7-pack thing. Like I said, I'm just sort of waiting on Dr. Powers to get in touch with me, because I don't think my doctor understands that you don't have to follow the W path line by line, and that's what I think she's doing. It took me a lot of convincing to get her to let me be on progesterone, which I don't know if I've told you guys about yet, so that's another point we can go over. I started taking progesterone every day. What I take is a 200 milligram capsule every night. I don't know if that's high. I don't know if it's low. The thing with that is, when I started taking it, the first 2 days, my boobs were sore again. So I was like, sweet. Sore boob is more boob. It stopped after that, and it never came back. I never had like that sore boob stuff going on. I can tell that they are slowly growing, just fucking slowly though. And I feel like at almost a year and a half in, things should be a little bit different, especially given all the circumstances that suggest my breasts should be larger than they are. They're not, and I don't get it. It sucks. I guess that's how it goes sometimes. And what scares me the most is, like, if this initial stage was done incorrectly, I'm afraid that there is no second chance. And if my transition goes wrong, that's it. Like, fuck, dude. Really? I'm gonna be 30 this year. Sucks. The progesterone, I guess it helps. I don't know. Like, I've noticed that if I take it a little too early before bedtime, it gives me some seriously scary side effects. Like, it makes me breathe a lot faster, and my heart rate increases quite substantially. I get extremely dizzy, super dizzy, and I never get headaches, like, ever, over anything. It gives me headaches if I don't fall asleep fast enough, but it does say on the thing, like, take before bedtime. So I'm guessing that is like a known thing. Yeah. Take at bedtime, yeah. So, and I know, it's oral progesterone, and 99% of it gets obliterated in the liver, Dr. Powers says, but I'm taking what I can get, you know, like, I tried so hard to get my doctor to switch over to bicalutamide, and she wouldn't, but, you know, here's the thing. Doctors sort of get defensive whenever you suggest they follow someone else's method. Like, it's sort of insulting in a way if you don't word it very correctly and, like, very specifically, so it's hard to bring that up to your doctor. Like, well, this doctor said this, so why don't you do that instead of what you're doing? Like, you're basically telling them that they're wrong, and they're the ones that went to school for it. So I just suggested, like, have you heard of bicalutamide? Like, I've read up on it, and it sounds kind of neat. Maybe we should give that a shot. I don't really know much about it. What's your opinion on it? And then, yeah. Bear in mind, this was in let's see, this was also in November. My last appointment with my doctor was in November. And when I mentioned bicalutamide, she was like, see, that's kind of getting out of my range of possibilities. I think we should refer you to an endocrinologist if that's what you want. And I said, yeah, definitely, let's do it. Let's go to the endocrinologist. Never happened. I'm having so much trouble out of this doctor too, because the other week, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I ran out of my shot, my injection, and it took them an entire week to get it refilled at the pharmacy. Like, I called the pharmacy and asked them to refill it. And they were like, hey, we need your doctor's permission. I called them 3 times and left them 2 messages, spoke to somebody once, and it took them 2 days after I spoke with someone to finally do it. So I have a feeling that it won't be that much of a hassle with Dr. Powers, even though he's got over like 2,000, 3,000 patients. It's okay. I'm waiting. I'm just buying my time until I can get there. But other than that, things have been okay. It's been a decent 2021, I guess. Working on my hair, trying to keep it nice and pretty during these cold winter weeks and months. Hopefully that'll be over pretty soon. Like, I'm ready for some hot weather to come back. But yeah, so all I have to say is, you people that keep telling me to make a video of me just playing with my hair, I'm not gonna do that. That's kind of weird. I appreciate you watching, but if you're only here for the hair, then that's okay, that's cool, but that's not what this channel is about. Also, I wanted a big shout out to Darcy, like Darcy. I'm just gonna say Darcy, okay? I'm sure you'll understand. Thank you for your insight into this. It has been tremendously helpful. And usually I'm generally skeptical, like with internet suggestions, if you will. But this one was certainly warranted, and I more than appreciate it. So, also, catatonic, I like what you did there. Yeah, lots of comments. I just, thank you for all of your wonderful, kind words, and I definitely wish you the best. Some of these are really funny too. Like, yeah. Hope you guys have a good one. That's a temporary update for now. I'll come out with something else soon. When I say soon, it's the next thing is probably going to be Dr. Powers, because like I'm hoping by the end of this month I'll get on his list. So yeah, you guys have a good one. Love you.